site, you discuss like the 5 main areas of mindfulness that are important, like including breath, body, movement, environment, and life. Can you explain to our listeners what these things mean, or a couple, so you don't ramble on, or maybe some examples of your favorite techniques that can help us relax or do better?
Yeah, good question. Just as a quick aside, my students in class all the time will try to purposely get me on a tangent because they know I talk so much. So it's been brought to my attention over the years that certain students will ask a question that they know I think will be great. And then I'll just go on, and then, 40 minutes will disappear, and then they'll laugh at the end of the period and tell me that they intended for me to go on a tangent. So I'm a talker.
I'm too, don't worry.
So in terms of techniques, I will often ask athletes to take a week, get a notepad, carry it around, and at different intervals, write down their thoughts throughout the day. Okay? Yeah. And what this does is, I use the analogy of a grocery store. When you go into a grocery store and you walk around, you think that there's this rich diversity of food. There's all these different types of cereal. There's cookies, snacks, different soda, etc. But if you were to distill the ingredients of all those foods down, it would basically be like 3 or 4 ingredients packaged in thousands of different ways. When you take a week and you record your thinking, it's almost like taking inventory of the grocery store of your mind. And you're listing all the different products on the shelf, on the shelves. Why are you doing that? You're doing that because from that, you're going to distill all those different thoughts down to a few basic ingredient thoughts that basically dictate the inner workings of your mind. And if you can start to identify what some of those core thoughts are, you can start to identify what thoughts or beliefs are implicit within them. And so often with many people, self-worth or lack of self-worth is a really common driving thought. And if you fundamentally believe that you have to do something and be something or have something to be of value, then all your thoughts are going to come from that core belief lens, which means your actions are going to come from that. And so as an athlete, when you put yourself into a high stress environment, because that's what athletics does, right? As an athlete, you get put into pressure situations, and in pressure situations, your core beliefs are revealed. You can't hide who you are or what you believe when you're under stress. Yeah. And so as an athlete, if you can start to identify and record your patterns of thinking, get down to core thoughts, and from core thoughts, identify core beliefs, you can start to question those beliefs and their validity, and you can start to work with them. And just by changing certain core beliefs, that in itself can be the difference between a really good athlete and an elite athlete. Because the difference between the two often has nothing to do with physical ability or technical or tactical ability. It has to do with how well can you execute as the pressure goes up. Yeah. And so this basic technique or exercise is just called a thought inventory. And the purpose, again, is to identify the basic thought ingredients that you have and the core beliefs that they represent.